It is 8:48. And that is Micki time.
Who you gonna call? Sorry.
Micki Gamez.
Sort of dressed like the Marshmallow Man from Ghostbusters.
It is freezing cold in this studio
really
right now.
Thank you.
Didn't realize that. So we're going to talk about trick-or-treating, and the question of the day is, just how long do you pursue your trick-or-treating career? When should you officially age out?
Never.
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 You would go today as an adult who can buy their own candy?
I mean, I'm not going to go and ring, doorbells and say trick or treat, but I'm going to go with my kids. And my kids have asked and requested this year that I finally dress up for the first time.
Well, those are two fundamentally different questions. I thought we were asking, how old is too old to ring a doorbell and say trick or treat and collect the candy? Of course you want to go with your kids.
Okay. When you're, I would say 18. TikTok influencer Sarah Nicole Landry made a video about teenagers dressing up for Halloween and trick-or-treating. Her video went viral. I mean, I'm talking thousands of comments, and here's what she said.
I like to share every year about teenagers trick-or-treating and not just being tolerant of them coming to your door, but being enthusiastic. They're kids, but they're right on the end.
So she says...
Stop with the music.
No,
it's
she
so
says,
dramatic.
I know, but she says, let them be kids.
Yeah.
Because...
I get it, but you don't need the emotionally manipulative music to make
Well, come on.
point.
She's a TikTok influencer.
Okay,
she wanted to
sure.
make a point. She wanted to go viral. But I think she has a really good point. And that point is that some teenagers, feel overwhelmed about becoming an adult. Some teens are thinking, oh my gosh, this is the last year that I can possibly trick or treat. I mean, I read in the Seattle Times, some municipalities in the country don't allow trick-or-treating after a certain age. Like
What?
Portsmouth, Portsmouth, Virginia. Trick-or-treating is limited to those 12 years old
Who's
or
IDing
younger.
trick-or-treaters? Are police out there IDing
Well, some of the police, my wife is 5 foot. She's going as Gamora tonight. She can get away with going trick or treat.
Can you imagine
Seriously.
police out there. Can I see your ID, son? Oh, you're 13 in the slammer.
Well, I mean, it is a small minor misdemeanor, I believe. But yeah, they say 12 years old or younger for trick or treating. Can you believe that?
But do they issue permits?
Well, they say, and what they say, I know, right? You got to get a permit to trick or treat. Well, what they're saying is that it's supposed to help and deter some crime and deter criminal activity. I don't know, but I think you should, if you want to be 50, if you want to be Dave's age and you want to go trick or treating, do it.
No.
He can buy his own candy. When you can buy your
That's
own
right.
candy, it's over.
That's a good barometer.
Thank you.
If you got enough money to buy your own candy, why should you go take
Because
it?
it's fun.
It is. No, and I agree. I think if you're a teenager, if you're 18 or under and you want to go trick-or-treating, fine. Just don't come to my door and be like, you find that when you reach those teenage ages, they just ring your doorbell, you open
Just
it.
phoning it in.
Yeah, they just hold
even
open the
trying.
bag.
Maybe not even in costume. I've seen
Not
some of the
even-
older
that's what I
ones.
was gonna say.
And I get,
on.
listen, there's a movement too. There was blue buckets for kids who may be nonverbal, and I get that. I'm not saying if you're a kid and you don't say trick or treat, I turn you away, but you can tell when they're just there to collect the candy, and you're like, come on, give me a little spin.
Well,
What
on
are
top
ya?
of that, some kids might be forced out of their house. Like my mom used to force me out of the house to go trick or treat. Get out. Here's a bag.
Yeah.
Now go. And I would go
Harsh.
because that's what you did in my family. We were harsh. David, you wanted to say something.
Yeah, I grew up in a pretty rural area of Seebeck, Silverdale, and not walkable neighborhood whatsoever. And so we would go to sort of one of the neighboring areas a couple miles away, and everyone would walk around, and it was really fun. But I think what I would be in favor of would be almost like a city-sponsored or a community-sponsored trunk or treat. Have you guys been to a trunk or treat before at
we went to-
church
does
or
that.
what?
Yeah. We went to a trunk or
but
treat
do it
on
on
Sunday.
a big scale, and because for me, part of the issue is when you're not in a walkable neighborhood, you feel really left out. You feel like you have to go to a different neighborhood just to, find the good candy. Why don't you give everyone a solid location, a giant parking lot? Everyone can, have their fun, dress up in their costumes.
They do that
All
already.
of that stuff. Well, but I mean on a grander scale. I don't think there's a need for walking around the neighborhood when there is, potential danger out there and, the potential for crime.
How about just really quickly, can we talk about age limit? Can we talk about time?
Oh,
Yes.
Can we designate 5 to 8 o'clock maybe as the time trick or treating's allowed so we can go to bed and
You
get
get
back early?
trick-or-treaters after 8
Yeah,
o'clock?
we do sometimes. Yeah, and some of the teens come out between, whatever they're out
come
having.
out
Can we
later.
kind of? Because I don't want to shut it down, but I kind of do because I need to go to bed.
How about you? How do you feel about Halloween being on the last Saturday of the
Yes,
month
yes.
rather than the 31st?
Let's stop this floating holiday thing. It's going to be a wreck.
But it's the day before All Souls Day. I mean,
Dave,
come
you
on.
are so dispassionate about this. I can't believe it.
I turn off the light at 8 so they can't even see that we live there. And once we run out of candy, the light goes out.
What's your granddaughter going to be for? Or your granddaughters?
A dragonfly.
Oh, that's cute.
One's a dragonfly, one's a princess.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, it's
I can't wait to
really
see pictures.
too cute even to think about.
I'm really excited that my son is dressing up this year. He's Doctor Strange, and then my daughter is the blow up the alien that's taking the human.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Really cute.
Is it animated? Never mind.
And
We gotta do traffic.
Yeah,
Come
do
on.
traffic.
8:54, Beacon Plumbing Traffic Desk. Here's Chris.
And we're getting more treats than tricks at this point on North.